84-year-old Dorothy Evans is legally blind, and she spent the last few days resting in her hospital bed after recently undergoing open-heart surgery. How'd that go?
That's going to be all right.
After undergoing open-heart surgery not even a month ago, you'd think that Dorothy would only be concentrating on getting better. But no, she has other plans.
Come back up to the bed. Said, I got a big question to ask you. I said, shoot, if I can, I'll answer it. And that's what he popped.
Popped the big question, that is. Yep, 90-year-old George Rotzow asked Dorothy to be his wife one day and then planned the wedding for the next day. He was there with marriage license in hand.
It takes the ordinary person 5 days to get it. I started at 6 o'clock this morning. I had it at 11.
5 hours isn't too bad. Dorothy was excited and not the least bit concerned about her health condition.
As long as he doesn't play too hard.
If George can get a marriage license in 5 hours, you better believe he can get a priest, no problem.
We come together this afternoon.
They exchanged vows.
Thank you, Dorothy.
To be my wife.
To be my wife.
Then presented their rings and sealed their golden union with the romantic symbol of love. The new Mr. and Mrs. George Rotzow shared their wedding cake with friends and family at a small reception following the ceremony.
Fanchon Stinger, News 5.
Daring aerial acrobatics. It's breathtaking and it's mind-boggling, and it might just be returning to Bishop International Airport. Charles Murphy was a regular year after year until 1989 when the last air show took to the skies.
It was really exciting, you know, brought a lot of fun to the kids and even older people, you know.
Officials at the airport say now may be the time to bring the show back to this area.
It is exposure. It's aviation, and, you know, let's say you can attract 100,000 people. They may come up here to the air show and all of a sudden see, well, hey, Flint has this beautiful new facility.
The airport, with its new look, sees about 400,000 travelers through the terminals. And one concern with an air show is it may slow down commercial flights.
It would only interrupt them for brief periods of time. Usually what they do in a flight show situation is they'll stop the show momentarily and let the commercial traffic in and out. And I think it'd be good for the community to get out here and see the new airport.
It's a big risk, financial risk, and but there are people interested in it that have approached us. We're looking at the feasibility of it.
And most of the public seems to be pulling for it.
Oh, I thought it was neat when it was here. Actually, I live down the road so I can watch it from my house. But
yeah, I've personally worked the air show a few times, and I think it would be great for the community.
I've never been to one.
Would you come to one if it were here?
If it's not too hot.
Even though bringing an air show to this area sounds like a good idea, the economical feasibility of such an event must first be closely reviewed by local organizers before it becomes a reality. Fanchon Stinger, News 5, Genesee County.
At the sound of the bell, each fighter comes out of his corner, vying to win. These bright lights and excitement have become somewhat of a tradition in Flint. It's all the vision of a man with a plan. Joe Bird, he's the man behind Flint's boxing champions. He was recently honored as one of Flint's great African-American pioneers.
Right out the show. There you go.
After retiring from boxing himself, Joe has led hundreds of young men to the top of the amateur boxing world, including his son Chris, who was a 1992 Olympic silver medalist.
Yeah, I just keep pushing and trying to help them, and you know, after I come back from the Olympics, so much to offer in boxing. They don't know this.
Joe realizes how many lives he touches, and he says there is a secret to his success.
Just being straight. When you walk into any one of my gyms, you don't hear a lot of, you never hear in the swing. You hear kids are like one big family.
Anthony Raspberry trains with Joe just about every day. His goal, to become a professional boxer and hold the heavyweight title.
He's helped me a lot in coming in the gym every day, helped me develop my skills in boxing. I look at him as a role model. I like what he does throughout the community, and I just like to be around him.
Joe has been teaching the discipline and the art of boxing for more than 35 years, but his recognition and his accomplishments reach far beyond the ring.
Joe has been recognized by the African American Hall of Fame and the United Auto Workers for his standard of excellence. He was the USA 1992 Olympic boxing coach. He He also met with the president and was named Coach of the Year twice.
Okay, time.
This coach still has his eyes on the prize.
And I was figuring in about 2000 I will have another Olympics. I have a world champion here and an Olympic gold medal coming out of one of my gyms.
As long as Joe keeps going, we'll keep watching. In Flint, Fanchon Stinger, News 5.
Have you ever wondered what a million looks like? These kids did.
It started out just, we wanted to see what a million of something looked like.
Well, this is a million, up close and personal. A million Top Can tabs collected by these fourth graders at St. Joseph's School in Carlton. All collected in a little over 7 months. This is the big day. The class is presenting the million tabs to the American Legion, post 439 on Y Street.
When they get done, we're going to take this and sell it for aluminum, and then it goes, in turn, give it to the local children's hospital.
Once the kids found out the money raised will go to help sick children, they stepped up the intensity and got the entire community involved.
We went to 7-Eleven and we put ads in the newspaper. I got them from my grandparents.
My mom works at a hospital and she got some from her friends.
This community service project brought together young and old, and these kids are just excited to reach their goal.
We didn't think we'd make it, but we did. So.
Thanks, America!
This house now sits smoldering after fire ripped through the upstairs. Had these Flint firefighters taken a holiday, this may have been a real tragedy. Thanksgiving, one of our biggest holidays, closes everything from banks to even the Golden Arches. But some restaurants, however, take that as a golden opportunity.
We're open 364 days a year.
Now, you're probably wondering, who could even think of pizza after a big holiday meal?
I had my fill of turkey once, so I'm coming back for the pizza now.
You bet we found a busy arcade and the employees weren't the only ones hard at work.
They don't watch football on Thanksgiving. They want to do something, so we end up getting a lot of the overflow.
There was no rush at the gas station, so we decided to fill up. Apparently, it's the perfect time to work.
Because we get paid time and a half.
Believe it or not, there's no line at the car wash. These guys say it's been a pretty slow day.
Thank you, and you have a nice Thanksgiving.
Well, thank God they were working tonight, because if they weren't here, we wouldn't be able to do our job in a clean car. Well, once we hit the road again, we came across a very special guy who is spending the holiday lending a helping hand.
It feels great to know we have people like him out here working with us.
So it's not that bad working off the holiday feast, especially when you get paid to do it. Fanchon Stinger, News 5, Night Beat.
It's not just about Flint, or not just about Saginaw, or Bay City, or Midland. It's about everybody together.
If you take TV5's commitment to the community and music's ability to unite people regardless of circumstance, what you get is an explosive force which will soon descend on all of mid-Michigan. TV5's fall premiere theme was created, written, composed, and recorded right here in mid-Michigan, utilizing the talents of the award-winning New Jerusalem Full Gospel Choir from Flint.
Not knowing where really they wanted to take it, it was a little difficult, but the rhythm tracks and the vocal tracks finally melded together and turned out great.
3 months and 120 hours later, TV5 puts its commitment to the community to music.
It's Channel 5 with a little gospel, a little togetherness for the community.
Well, I think it's a way for us to bring the people together.
And it's telling the community that together we can do anything, you know. As long as we're apart, there's going to be some problems, but if we unify and come together with whatever project it is, it can work out for the better.
Can we maybe make a little difference? Can we get people to think a little bit? Let's hope so.
Let's do it.
Stay tuned for the finished product. I'm Fanchon Stinger for Take 5.